Watching right now?
Yeah, right now. What is good, everybody? Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys enjoyed the opportunity call we just threw down an hour ago. Excited to have a few people on here with our training tonight. I know we got some awesome content, awesome value for you guys. So, make sure you got pen and papers ready to go. And sorry about that. Yeah, and we'll get this thing going. So for those of you guys that weren't on the opportunity call, my name is Harrison Bagdan. I'm a presidential leader from San Francisco, California, currently here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm going to be out here for a little while building with the team out here, but I'm excited to come at you guys with a topic that I think either is overlooked by a lot of people in the company or is really just not taught by a lot of leaders. And, Tom Alkazan, obviously our top income earner, really just harps on the power of digging down in your business. So many people just focus on their top producers. They put all their time and energy in with their top producers and their top money earners. And I can understand why, but at the same time, I can't understand why. Guys, think about it like this. Your top producers are your top producers for a reason. Right? Because they know what they're doing. They're successful. They're good with people. They're good at speaking. They're coachable, right? There's a reason that they're at where they're at. So instead of giving all of your attention, all of your energy, and all of your everything to your top producers, guys, focus on digging down into your organization. Guys, that newest person, that bottom of the leg, okay, the newest person is the most valuable, most important person in your entire business, guys. People leave and people quit, but if a person launched, if we can get them launching their business and launching into action, we've got a much better, higher retention rate. So what I'm talking about, what I want to hit you guys real quick is with this concept, with this idea that I was taught from my mentor, Adam Wenig, called probing. Okay, guys, one of the most important things when you're calling a new person in your business. Now, that's on the assumption that you've made the decision that you're going to dig down within your organization. But as you're digging down in your organization, you're talking to these new people. One of the most important parts, one of the biggest keys to that entire situation is getting that new person talking. Okay, a lot of new people, not everybody, but a lot of new people when they join this business don't have amazing communication skills. Why? Because as a lot of kids our age, we spend most of our time doing what? Texting, right? Snapchat, talking on Facebook, right? A lot of people, especially young people, don't know how to engage in long, productive conversation, either over the phone or face to face. So when you call them, especially when they have no idea who the hell you are, right? I call somebody, hey, what's up, man? I'm Harrison. I'm one of your main uplines, one of your main leaders. I'm going to be working with you. Dude, even though you're all credible and you're a great leader, they don't know who you are. They don't have a relationship with you. Most people aren't comfortable talking for that kind of time in the first place. So the number one goal is to just get that new person talking. If you get the new person talking and you get the conversation rolling, it will be very easy. So how do you get the conversation rolling, dude? It's just how you would prospect somebody, right? Form. Hey, bro, what's going on? I'm Harrison. I'm a presidential in your upline. I'm going to be one of the main leaders you're working with, dude. I just want to give you a call and say what's up, man. Say welcome to the team. See what's good, and just tell me about yourself, bro. Like, where are you from? Where are you from? Or maybe they were at the home event with you, or they were on the call with you when they got started. It's like, hey, dude, tell me what got you excited about our team? What got you excited about this opportunity? Why did you want to join this business? What do you want to accomplish? Just get them talking, dude. There's no need to talk about yourself on this call. Once you get them talking, here's where the real productivity comes, and it's called the probing process. So 1, get them talking. 2, you got to find out what got them excited about this opportunity, because if you find out what got them excited, if you can find their why, and you find out what they want to accomplish, they're very open in this conversation because they're excited, man. They're talking about their dreams. They're talking about their goals. They're talking about their ambitions. They're talking about why they got fired up in the first place. Dude, the conversation's rolling. There's good energy. There's good vibe in the conversation. They want to keep running with it, okay? So 1, break the ice. Get them talking. Where are you from? Tell me about yourself. 2, find out what their motive for action was or currently is. And then 3, here's where the real productivity comes in, is probing. Okay, it is so crucial, guys, that when you're digging down in your business, you're making these calls productive. It's not just, hey, what's up, I'm Phil, or hey, what's up, I'm Harrison. I'm your main upline. I want to say what's up. That's not productive. You're not going to launch anybody into action just calling people and saying what's up. Okay. How do you probe? What's our system, guys? The journey. It's 5 basic steps. 1, make a list. 2, master the invite. 3, present. 4, follow up. 5, train, right? And what's training? It's 2 subjects. You're training yourself with personal development, and then you're training your newest enrollment on those 4 other steps, right? It's like a rotating door. So what do I mean by probing, dude? All you're trying to do is find out where this person is. Maybe they've been in your business for a week. Maybe they've been in your business for 24 hours. Maybe they've been in your business for a couple months. You're just finding, you're probing, you're looking, you're like assessing, I guess is a better word. You're assessing where this person's skill set is and where they stand in the system to figure out where you can start coaching from. Okay, so let's say Phil just enrolled in my business. He's over here. He's going to be talking to you guys on some awesome content here in a sec. Let's say Phil just joined my organization. I call Phil. Hey, Phil, what's going on, man? I'm Harrison. I'm one of your nearest presidential uplines. I'm excited to work with you, dude. Just tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? I'm from Albuquerque. Cool. What got you excited, dude? I want to make a shit ton of money. Dope, dude. So do I. Well, tell me, Phil, have you been plugged into the journey? Have you been on like a journey strategy session yet? And if he says yes, I'll be like, awesome. So now what am I doing? I'm probing these steps. All right, so he has been plugged into their journey. Dope. I'm going to ask him my first question. Well, Phil, if you've been plugged into your journey, you know that the first step of the system is to make your list, right? Have you made your list? If he says no, this is where you start coaching. Now you know exactly where you need to start working from. He hasn't made his list. That's the first step of the system. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to tell him, well, dude, the list is the foundation of your business. You can't build a successful empire on quicksand. Successful networkers are always adding and always expanding on their list. Maybe I ask Phil, hey, have you been plugged into the journey? Have you gotten on a strategy session? He goes, no. Well, shit, dude, now you know where you got to work. You don't need to work anything else. Now you just got to get a journey strategy session set up and linked up with him. Maybe he did a strategy session. He made his list. Great, we can move away from the list. Well, Phil, now why don't you give me your invite? Let me hear how you invite people. Maybe his invite's on point. If his invite's dog shit, then what do we need to do? That's where we're going to coach for the next 2, 3, 4 days or however long it takes to master his invite. And then you move to the next step and you move to the next step. And that can take a week, that can take 2 weeks. But this is how you dig down, okay? 1, digging into your business and meeting the newest person. 2, this is how you establish a relationship with them. Instead of just calling them and saying, hey, what's up, bro? And then never talking to them again. Well, now you've kind of got like a course. You've got like a classroom almost for them, right? It's like, all right, let's figure out where they're at in the system. Where do we need to coach from and coach and mentor from there? But I'm not going to go too far into that. I'm going to hand it over to my buddy, Phil Matic. He's going to talk to you, maybe some topics on exactly what he coaches on, how he digs down into his business. This kid is an absolute stud, man. I met this kid about a year and a half ago. I didn't even know New Mexico was a state. And sure enough, I'm living out here with this kid because he's just an absolute freaking animal. He's a diamond leader in this company. On top of Vima, man, he runs another business outside of this company, and he's a full-time student, man. So when people say they have no time, I say just give Phil a call and tell him you don't have any time and see what happens. But, dude, not only is he an amazing business partner of mine, dude, he's a roommate, and he's going to be a lifelong friend. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to my good friend, Filip.
What up, guys? I'm freaking fired up to be on this call. Let me get those earbuds actually so they can hear better.
All you.
All me, baby. Awesome, guys. So right now I'm going to deliver to you guys some hopefully very, very useful and helpful kind of content that you guys can immediately implement in your business starting like as soon as this call ends, guys. So obviously we're touching on the topic of probing and kind of going through your business and not just going through the motions. I think the first thing that I'm going to touch on with you guys is, well, ask yourselves a couple different questions. But the first one is, well, what do you do on a daily basis with your leaders? Okay, so we touched on it. A lot of people get complacent, including myself, including every single one of us. This isn't a single person. This isn't a single group of people. Every single one of us either is doing this right now or has gone through this phase in our business where we've gotten a little bit complacent or a little bit lazy even. And we got to be real with ourselves. But where we only hit up our leaders, and when we hit them up, and we're like, hey, have you da-da-da-da, and you basically expect them to give you an entire rundown of your business, right? So for me, here's what I do with my leaders. I call all my leaders every single day, obviously. Those are my guys. Those are my right-hand men. Those are the guys that we're coming up with, of course, on the same level, everything, okay? But I'm not asking them to give me a rundown of what's going on in my own business. What I'm asking them to do is telling me what events they have planned, who they've talked to, who they need me to probe with, who they need me to reach out to, what they've been seeing in their own business, okay? I think that's a really, really big key, is asking them what they've seen in their own business and then seeing where you can tweak things, seeing where you can help them out, seeing who you need to dig down to. And then I think the biggest thing that we kind of talked about, and Harry touched on it for a second there, is, well, when we call the newest person, it's like, well, who the hell is calling me? Most people don't even answer because it's a random number, right? The biggest thing is that's where your leaders come in. They have to be able to bridge that gap and at least edify you and let them know, let the newest people know, hey, listen, so-and-so, presidential leader Harrison Bagdan is going to be giving you a call. Answer the phone. He wants to talk to you, wants to get to know you. He wants to see what you're all about, and he wants to help you out, right? The gap has to be bridged by your main leaders, okay? That's number one, okay? And then what are you doing next? Okay, so what are you doing with your newest people in the business? What is your regimen? What is your daily method of operation with your newest enrollments? Okay, and it absolutely has to be a strategy session as soon as they get started. It absolutely must be getting them on the journey and plugged in and helping them, not only just like going through the journey with them. This is a step-by-step process where you're involved with them and helping them fill that out, helping them understand the core concepts, sitting down and going through their Facebook with that newest person, not just telling them, hey, get on your contact list, get on your phone book, get on your Facebook, and write a bunch of names down with numbers next to it. No, you got to teach them not just about what they need to do, but why, and what are some of the different intricacies that they're looking for, right? You're not just writing a bunch of people's names down, right? In the journey, you're looking for, okay, what is this person's need or desire, right? Well, most people can't even wrap their heads around that type of stuff. They haven't thought in that realm yet in their lives. And so you got to understand, you got to explain to them why the need or desire is so important, or else they're just going to skip that. Okay. So that's important. What are you doing with your newest person? Are you getting them plugged in? Are you helping them launch their first 2 PBRs, small meetings or opportunity calls, whatever it may be? Okay, what are you doing? What is your daily method of operation for every single new person within your business? And that's going to really tell the story for the rest of your business, because it does not matter. We all know that the newest people in our business are the lifeblood, and you are absolutely doing yourself and that person a massive disservice if you are not launching their business as soon as they get started. Think about this, okay? How many people have you heard in your business say, I don't have anybody else to talk to? Or, I ran out of people to talk to. Everybody said no. Well, listen, here's the deal. Every time somebody new enters your business, whether it be your own personal enrollment or someone within your organization, that is a brand new spanking contact list that you can exploit, that you can go through. There's hundreds of new people that you've never been able to talk to, but now you have this person. And if you don't get this person launched, this newest person launched on the journey, help them make their list, master the approach, and master the presentation with you, you're doing yourself a disservice in your entire organization, okay? Here are the 3 things that I focus on with the newest person in the business. I guess 4, okay? You go through the journey. Obviously, you got to find that purpose for them. You got to help them find that desire, that long-term vision that they're going to chase and that they're going to have crystal clear in their mind whenever they're going through ups and downs in this business, right? But after that, I keep it very simple. You're going to go through the entire journey. That's what it's there for. That is their tool. That is their little, for lack of a better term, that is their little Bible for the next couple months in this business. They need to master that. And without that, they're not going to be able to launch this thing, right? But after you've gone through that, all I do is I make sure that they have the 3 fundamentals of starting and launching this business down to a T, which is what? Mastering your list, mastering your approach, and mastering the presentation. That's it, okay? You're going to teach them how to follow up. You're going to teach them how to train, right? But the biggest thing is right there, when I teach them those 3 things, you're also, this is something that we learned at Go for Gold from Tom Alkazen. Obviously, this is what he said. If you are teaching somebody something, any kind of information, and you're not having them teach you back, you're not doing your role as a leader, period, right? So when I sit down and I go through list, invite, presentation, list, approach, and presentation, right? Not only do I go through that with them, but then I sit down and I'm like, all right, teach me real quick. Act like I'm your newest person in your business. And real quick, just give me a fundamental breakdown of what these three things are. How would you teach me these things right now? Go. Okay. And they're going to find out that, they're on the spot. They're not even going to really be able to do it, but that's okay. That's for them to realize that they need to know how to do it. Okay. And then you start going through with them slowly but surely, right? But the importance of that is absolutely crucial within your business. That's how you're going to make sure that you have a long-term sustainable business, not just enrolling people in 1 month, they're out the next month, and you're enrolling new people and so on and so forth, guys. So obviously some of those, some of those key things that you're doing with your newest people. And then what do you do with the people that are just getting started, that have been in the business for a little bit, that are just getting their business started, underway, maybe have gone through a first couple of trainings, okay? One of the things that I make sure with every single one of my people is they're plugged into personal development. I think that's a key. If your newest person has not listened to business of the 21st century within their first 24 hours in the business, you're doing it wrong. They have got to listen to that audio the night that they've enrolled. They have got to listen to that audio, whether it be on the drive back from the event, whether it be before they go to bed, whatever it may be. But now here's the key. How many of us ask somebody or share information with somebody in our business, and where's the follow-up? How do you know if they even watched it, right? So that's the key. That's your level of engagement. You're actually probing. You're not just out there kind of managing and giving them tools and stuff like that. It does them no good. If you hand somebody a book, okay, that you think is going to absolutely change their business, okay, and then they go rogue for 3 months or 3 weeks, excuse me. Not rogue on you, but you don't know if that book has been read or not, right? You just gave it to them. There's no accountability there, okay? You just gave them a book, okay? Something that I'm starting to implement out here for sharing materials like that. Especially when they're hard copy, and that's why it's important to have hard copy books and stuff like that. One, you're giving me something valuable of yours in return for that book. If I'm going to share that book with you, you're going to give me something valuable. It doesn't have to be like crazy, but something that you're actually going to come back for, that you're not just going to go off and never read that book and right? That's one. And then two, what I'm also implementing, and this is a little bit on the bigger side, but what I'm doing is, after we agree on their terms, this is not, I'm not like, hey, you got to finish this book by the end of the week. No, it's on their terms. When do you think, looking at your schedule, how long do you think it's going to take you to finish this book if you're reading on a daily basis? And whatever they say, if they say 2 weeks, 3 weeks, okay, cool, awesome. So you're going to have this book done by this date. After that date, I'm going to start charging you interest. Straight up. No one's ever going to read, no one's ever going to not read that book. And that's how you're going to make sure that they actually read it, not that you're sending content. Same with audios. You want to call them the next day. If they said that they would listen to an audio that night, the next day, what's your first phone call? You're calling them up, asking how they like that audio, what they got out of it, if they have any questions, anything that was unclear to them. That's how you're helping them grasp the information, because we all know, especially the leaders on this call and the leaders in the alliance, we know that we could sit here and personally develop our faces off, but if we are not able to take the material in these books and audios and apply them into our everyday routines, that it does nothing for us. Then it's just all in our head and it does nothing for us, right? So what are you doing with people? Are you making sure, one of the biggest things is making sure that they're plugged into these calls every single night, right? How many of your people in your organization, okay, are you getting plugged into every single one of these calls, okay? Because every single night there's a new speaker. Every single night there's a new success story, okay? And you're doing yourself a disservice once again by not getting your people in front of these success stories. You want to talk about raising belief level, you're not even having to do that much. All you have to do is promote to them and get them on the call, and you're letting us take care of it in terms of raising their belief level. All we're doing is bringing content, right? But they get to see these different stories from New Mexico, from California, from Florida, from all over the country, all over the world, of people just like them making this thing happen for them, raising their belief level, and obviously helping them build their skill set in this business, right? So what are you doing? And then here's the key. Here's the kicker, okay? How are you staying organized with all of this? All right. So obviously we're railing off different things that you could be doing, how to stay plugged in with your business, how to stay plugged in with your people, how to probe them. But how are you keeping all this organized? Okay. And I found myself, that was one of my biggest flaws and obstacles when I was first really blowing up this business, is it was growing so quickly and there were so many people to talk to on a daily basis. I was just losing track of everything. I would text a bunch of my people and then completely forget to text them back. Okay, I'll admit to that. And then because it just gets too much. So how are you keeping track of your business? Okay, how are you keeping track of everything? How are you keeping organized? Okay, if you don't have a notebook, if you don't have multiple notebooks for this business, I mean, go. I don't even know what you're doing on this call. You need to go to the dollar store and buy yourself a bunch of notebooks. Okay, because that's how you're going to stay organized with this thing. Do you have a daily planner? Okay, that's how you're going to stay organized. If you're like, if you know that you need to plug in with a bunch of people tomorrow, write it down, right? And then put a little check mark after that, or put voicemail, didn't answer, whatever it may be. But that's how you're able to track yourself. And then you can put little notes next to it, right? That's how you know that you're actually getting stuff done in your business productively, okay? And keeping track of all this different stuff, guys. So obviously, the biggest thing, here's the key, and here's the last thing that I'm going to end on with you guys. Probing is extremely important, okay? When you call somebody and you ask them what's up, most people don't even know what they should be doing on a daily basis, especially your newest people in the business. So if you ask them, hey, what do you have going on today? Or what do you have planned to do today? With a lot of new people, they need direction, especially your newest people in the business. So you call them up, you see how they're doing, okay? See what they've been saying. One of my favorite questions to ask somebody, especially new in their business, is, hey, what have you been seeing in your business? Both positive and negative, okay? What kind of responses? Okay, right? If I notice that somebody has been to every single event without any prospects, without any friends with them, okay, I'm gonna sit down with them and I'm gonna be like, hey, what have you been seeing? Okay, what have people been saying to you? How many people have you invited? And why? What's the core reason? I understand that you're not bringing people to the meeting, and most people will be like, well, you got to invite more. You got to talk to more people. Maybe that's not the issue. Maybe if you probe a little bit deeper, you'll find a little flaw in their invite that is the reason why people aren't showing up for their events. So the reason why people are flaking on them. One little tweak could completely change everything in not only your business but in your people's businesses. Okay, so it has to be an all-out launch mode. That's it. Okay, if you're not launching somebody's business within their first 24 to 48 hours as a new person, if as a leader you're not launching that newest person within their first 24 to 48 hours on the journey, helping them set up their first 2 PBRs and getting them plugged into their first training call on the Alliance and their first opportunity call on the Alliance. If you're not doing that within their first 24, 48 hours, then you're not doing it right. Okay, you've got to get these people. When were we all most excited in this business? Okay, when we first got started, when we first ordered our product, it was brand new. We're excited. We have a brand new list. We have no direction whatsoever. We just know that we're excited, right? Here's 2 things that are going to happen. Either they lose that excitement if you don't launch them, and they fade out after a month, or they take that excitement and they don't know what to do, and they just start blabbing. Okay, they take that excitement and they have all the best intentions in the world, but because you have not provided them with the proper skill set to do this the right way, they just went out and burned their warm market, their closest friends, because they just went out there excited, didn't know what to say because they were never trained. Okay, you have got to launch these people and help them set up their first couple of small meetings within the first 48 hours, or else you're doing it wrong. Okay, so with that being said, guys, I appreciate every single one of you for hopping on this call tonight. I know out on the East Coast, we're nearing midnight. So understand this, guys. For those who are getting on these calls on a nightly basis, you are the ones that will be seeing these results. You are the ones that are going to be skyrocketing in this business. Okay, it's not the people who have excuses. It's not the people who it was too late. Okay, it's out on the East Coast. It's 11:30. It was too late. It's past my bedtime to get on a 30-minute training call that could potentially change the outlook of my entire business. Okay, those aren't the people that are going to be growing. You're going to be growing the people that were on the call tonight with presidential leader Harrison Bagdan. Excuse me, and the people that are on call tonight with this training call, guys. So with that being said, we're excited. We're fired up. Tomorrow, again, same times, same webinars, obviously different links. Check the Alliance page. We're going to have all that up by 11 o'clock with the video tip. We're going to have another couple of phenomenal elite leaders thrown down in the opportunity call. So stay plugged in. We're freaking fired up, and let's get to work on this.